If he did that back then, he'll handle this right now. Because he protects you. He protects you. Sit down, please. Sit down. Sit down. Let me give you this. Let me give you this. Praise his name. Praise his name. Praise his name. Let me show you how God works. Let me show you how God works. Because there are reasons. Why, Lord? Why? What's the purpose? What's the purpose of the storm? Can I suggest that there are three possibilities as to why God allows us to go through the various storms? Number one, quite plainly and quite simply, and to be blunt, is shipwreck. Shipwreck. It's right there in the text. Verse 22, he says, there'll be no loss of life, but you will lose the ship. This vessel that's carrying you, this situation you find yourself in, the experience of life that you're in right now, you won't die, but everything around you is going to wreck. Sometimes God wrecks the circumstances that we're in. It was the experience of Job. Am I right about it? Job, the most righteous man in the East, who was more holy, who was more devoted, who was more dedicated to God than Job? Job didn't do anything wrong. In fact, because he was doing everything right, it made him a target for Satan. Because watch this. The Bible said, when you read the story of Job, this is how it happens. The angels of God, the sons of God, get together, and Satan is there. And the Lord said, where you been, Satan? He said, I've been roaming the earth. And God said, have you considered my servant Job? In other words, God started showing off about Job. Look at him. He's righteous. Job is my guy. He's holy. He serves me. He loves me. And the devil said the only reason he's serving you is because you put a hedge around him. The only reason Job is serving you is because you blessed him. Take away his blessing, wreck his life, and he'll curse you. God said, you think you know Job? You think you know Job? All right, don't touch his life. And you know the story. Shipwreck for Job. Shipwreck for Job. His material goods down to his children, every last one of them, destroyed. His reputation shot. His spirituality under attack. Because his friend said, you must have sinned, Job. That's the only reasonable explanation for what you're going through. You must have made God angry with you. Job said, no, it can't be. That's not the God I serve. I've walked in integrity. I've done everything right. No, it can't be. So sometimes God allows us to experience shipwreck. Painful life lessons that fulfill his mysterious purpose. But here's the good news. Even after shipwreck, you can begin again. You can recover all. Or you can move on in life. Am I right about it? Just because your life has fallen apart, as long as blood is still running warm in your veins, it simply means God is not done with you. I wish I had a witness in here. The house can burn down, I can get another house. They can repo the car, I can get another car. They can fire me from the job, I can create my own job, I can begin again. So sometimes God allows us to experience storm simply for shipwreck, to break us down, to build us back up again. Because at the end of Job's story, didn't he get double for his trouble? Who am I preaching to in here? Because you're looking back and saying, Lord, I used to have this and I used to be that and I don't have any of that any longer and I don't understand. I want to hold my head down. No, honey, it's not over till God says it's over. He's not done with you. Lord have mercy. I hear Joel saying, I will restore to you the years that the locust and the cankerworm have eaten. God is going to give you back everything you lost. He's going to restore double for your trouble. Who am I preaching to? Lift your hand and say, yes, Lord. I'm ready for you to bless me again. I'm ready for you to pour it out on me again. I got to move on. Got to move on. So shipwreck. Shipwreck. Sometimes it's simply for shipwreck. We lose our possessions. Then sometimes it's about our positioning. That God allows us to go through storms to reposition us to be where he wants us to be. Because Paul and this company found themselves on an island called Malta or Melita. And the name Malta or Melita means honey. Now, it was a barren rock, no high mountains, but it was a fertile place of growth. From its position in the Mediterranean, this island became an important place for business, commerce, and even war. Sometimes God allows us to go through a storm to reposition us because we end up in a better place after the storm than we were before the storm. Are you hearing me in here? In 1992, we were in Miami, Florida when Hurricane Andrew hit. Now, we've had a lot of hurricanes in the United States since then, but up until that time, there had really not been as much devastation as what Andrew did. And I'll never forget, South Florida, I mean, it looked like somebody dropped a bomb. And it was like the first major hurricane of the modern era that created so much havoc and devastation. When they sent the insurance adjusters in, they came from the Midwest. They'd never seen anything like this. And so everything they saw, they wrote it off. Meaning you got full coverage. We'll give you everything you need to build your house back. Which meant, Bishop Murray, that some people, if all they had was one little hole in their roof, it was written off. My people made out like bandits after Hurricane Andrew. When FEMA came in and they started writing checks and giving money, I mean, they've changed since then, but Hurricane Andrew was that one where if you had a house in South Florida and all you had was one busted window, I mean, they were writing checks for everybody, giving you the full replacement value of your house. People were fixing the one roof and buying another house. They were buying brand new cars. I mean, they were just spending money like crazy. What happened? They were in a better financial position after the storm than many of them were before the storm. Lord have mercy. That means, honey, it could be that when God brings you out of this, you're going to find yourself in a better position. You're going to look around and say, how in the world did I get here? How in the world did all of this happen to me? Where did all this blessing come from? Because you went through a storm and God is taking you to a better place. Look at somebody, say, better place, better place. I see a better place in your future. I see a better position in your future. I see you looking better. I see you smiling bigger. I see you looking sharper than you look today. Because when God is through with you, he's taking you to a better place.